When are you flying back? Are you moving back to Melbourne? Do you have to pay for the hotel quarantine? What are you gonna do for work? This question makes me laugh so much. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm gonna address a couple of elephants. I think that's the saying, like elephants in the room. First of all, I have no fake tan on right now, and I've never filmed a sit down video without fake tan, so I'm feeling kind of like naked. Also, I have a psoriasis, dermatitis, rash situation going on my hand, which is like why I'm not wearing fake tan. Pointing that out so that like when I hold my hands up, you're not like, what the fuck is that on me? And thirdly, I wear this sweater in literally every single video, but it is so comfy that I literally just like cannot stop wearing it. So it's not sponsored, but like H&M if you're watching. I'm always in this fucking sweater. I'm literally in the best mood, guys. I spent the last like 10 minutes dancing around the house to One Direction to like hype myself up to film. And now I kind of feel like I'm potentially too hyped up and I'm just like, hey! But anyway, today I'm gonna answer a bunch of your guys' questions about flying back to Australia. If you're new here, I've been living in Canada since 2018 on an IEC Working Holiday Visa, and my visa has ended, so I am about to move back to Australia. I had to write these questions down on the notepad. I asked you guys on Instagram and on the community tab to like send through any questions you had about the move, and I film with my phone. I don't have a camera, so I had to write down all of the questions, so I'm gonna read them out. Actually, you know what? Real quick. It was really good writing these down because I could like categorize them, because when you have them on Instagram and you're trying to go through and it's like this question, they're all scattered. No, I have them in order now. I have them in order. Okay, let's like actually get into it. This was probably the most popular question. When are you flying back? So we are flying back on March 2nd. We originally wanted to fly home a lot earlier. Our working holiday visas ended on November 25th, but we couldn't find any flights for ages that were like under 20,000 or 30,000, something absolutely ridiculous. So we wanted to fly home earlier, but we managed to get flights through Air New Zealand on March 2nd. How much were your flights? I'll put the exact amount up on the screen, but I think they were about 2,400, which honestly is so expensive for a one-way flight from Canada to Australia. But considering the flights literally in December and January were 20,000, 30,000, it's really not that bad. It's hard saying that because $2,400 is absolutely ridiculous. Like you would never pay that for like a return flight from Canada, Australia and back. But anyway, it's not too bad. How many flights do you have to catch? So we have to catch 3 in total. So we'll fly from Vancouver to LA to Auckland, and then Auckland to Melbourne. And we're flying through Air New Zealand. I think I said that before, but that was like another question that came up heaps. Do you need a negative COVID test to enter Australia? Yes, we do. So we need a negative test that is within, I think it's 72 hours of when we board our flight. So we've actually been having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out when we're gonna get the test, because you have to get the test and then wait for and obviously get the results and have that within the 72 hours. And we're flying out on a Tuesday, so we've been trying to like find a place that can do the tests like on the weekend and get it processed. So that's like something we're dealing with. There's so many things that we're trying to organize in regards to moving home, but yeah, we need a negative test. Have you found a hotel to quarantine in? So I'm not really 100% sure what's going on with the hotel quarantine. We had to make an account on the Victorian government and basically like register the fact that we were coming home, and we had to give them all of our flight details because the Australian government can only obviously let a certain amount of people into the country at a time, because there's not like an unlimited amount of hotels to put everyone into quarantine in. So we've done that, but they haven't told us like what hotel we're going to. I feel like it's probably because they don't know. Like it's only, I think it's January 30th today, so it's still like over a month until we get home. So I'm not sure if they'll maybe give us some information about like what hotel we're going to like closer to the date. Or also I heard of someone who said they kind of got off the plane. I'm not sure what state this was in, but they got off the plane and they were basically like, okay, go pick a bus and they'll take you to a hotel. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Do you have to pay for the hotel quarantine? Yes, we do, but I don't know how, and I don't know exactly how much it is. From what I've researched and heard, I'm pretty sure it's $3,000 per person and then $1,000 for an additional person. But yeah, we have to pay for the hotel quarantine. But when we were filling out these forms that I was telling you guys about, you know, how we were registering to come home, they never asked us how we were going to pay for it. So I'm not sure if we have to like pay the government, if we pay the hotel, if it becomes some sort of like debt that we pay later, or if we pay it in our taxes. Honestly, no idea. If I'm being real with you guys, I haven't done a lot of research in regards to hotel quarantine and everything like that, just because there's just a lot of things to do in regards to moving home and I haven't quite like hit that part of my list. But yeah, we have to pay for it, which kind of sucks, but also like, I get it. Are you staying with parents after quarantine, or do you have a place? So we'll be staying with Cal's parents when we get out of the hotel quarantine, and basically we'll be staying there until we find a place. So yeah, what was I gonna say? I literally just went completely blank. But yeah, we're staying at Cal's parents' place. Okay, these are kind of like 3 questions that I guess can go together. Are you moving back to Melbourne? / where are you going to live? / have you considered moving anywhere other than Melbourne? So we are moving back to Melbourne. We definitely want to live like in the city or around the city again. Someone else was like, suburbs or city? City, 100% city. We haven't really considered living anywhere else apart from Melbourne, and I think that's because to both of us, Melbourne is home and we want to come back to Australia to come home. We don't necessarily want to come home to start somewhere new in a new place, if that makes sense. I honestly had never thought of living in Australia anywhere else apart from Melbourne ever until I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. My friends asked us here, our friends asked us here if we'd ever considered living anywhere else, and we were both like, no. But now I'm like, oh, maybe in the future. But for now, we're definitely gonna live in Melbourne when we get back. What are you gonna do for work, or is YouTube enough to support you? YouTube isn't enough to support me yet. Manifest good vibes, putting it into the universe. One day it will be, but for now it's definitely not. So I'll be looking for another job. Cal will be continuing his work. He works for himself as like a graphic designer. He has his own design company, so he's set. In terms of what job I'm gonna look for, I'm not 100% sure. I definitely want to make sure I have like enough time to still focus on YouTube and everything like that. A couple of months ago, I think I spoke about it on Instagram, but I don't know if I told you guys on here, but I started on Upwork, which is like a freelancing website, trying to do like some administration work, and it didn't really take off. Honestly, because I wasn't putting in like 100% of the effort, and I knew like my working holiday visa was gonna end and I just wasn't putting in the work. So that's something I definitely want to try when I come back. But if that doesn't work out, I don't know. How long do you plan / imagine staying back in Australia? I'm not 100% sure. I would say definitely a couple of years. I spoke about this in my why I'm moving back to Australia video, that I wanted to go to university and we really wanted to basically like establish a base back in Melbourne, so that if we want to travel overseas again or do anything else, we always have a home and base to come back to. So I think that, I mean, especially uni, that takes years. That will be basically our main focus, and I think that will take a couple of years. So I guess the way to answer this is we don't have any crazy plans planned for a while. We'll be definitely kicking it in Melbourne for ages, which I'm honestly so excited about, because for the last 2 years living in Canada, we have moved almost every 6 months, and as exciting and fun as that is, we are both so tired and we're definitely ready to just be in one spot for like a while. What is the first thing you want to do when you get back? Oh my god, this is probably going to sound so fucking lame, but I am so excited to go to Kmart and Coles, which is like, if you're not from Australia, it's Walmart and just a supermarket. Oh man, I just want to buy some like fucking Kmart leggings and basic tees. They're like $3. Oh, and then all of the groceries in Australia is something I miss, and just going into Coles, like, oh, I wonder if I have flyby points I can use. as dollars. Wow, this is so lame. Yeah, I'm literally so excited to go grocery shopping and to go to Kmart. Obviously also to see all of my family and friends. But man, the first thing I'm doing when I get out of hotel quarantine, I'm gonna go to Coles. It's gonna be so good. What will you miss most about Canada? Probably the seasons. I don't know if that sounds a bit weird, but definitely the snow and how pretty it is in fall. Honestly, just the mountains in general. I think I've gotten so used to them now that I potentially probably take them for granted, and it's just not something you get back in Australia. So yeah, just thinking about it now, like not being able to snowboard. Oh, that's definitely what I'm gonna miss the most. This question makes me laugh so much. Will you miss your studio apartment now that you have good lighting? Oh my god, I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, but the lighting in here used to be so bad. They were like yellow globes and it made you look like a Simpson. Like you didn't look good at all. And I recently switched out all the light globes for white lighting, and now the studio lighting is so good. But honestly, no, as much as the lighting is a lot better in here, Cal and I are both so sick of living in a studio apartment. We've lived in one since we came to Canada. Like for 2 years we haven't had a bedroom. And I think it's worth giving up the good lighting to have a bedroom. So, I mean, whoever lives in here next, like, you're fucking welcome. Okay, last one. What does this mean for your YouTube channel since all of your content has been about Canada? Well, I spoke about, oh my god, why did I go whoa? Like, whoa. I spoke about this in my why I'm moving back to Australia video. Basically, what I want for this channel is to bring you guys along to every chapter in my life and just have you guys to hang out with. When I started my channel, I obviously started it when I moved to Canada, and I was posting, and I guess like still am posting, primarily Canada content. And at first I thought I just wanted to be a travel YouTuber. I thought I was always going to be traveling and taking you guys to new places, but that is definitely not what I want at all. What I want is just to have you guys as friends and to bring you along to whatever chapter I'm doing. So when we get back to Australia, we'll hang out in Australia. I told you guys I want to go to university. I definitely want to bring you along to that. I also see Cal and I living in different countries in the future, so I want to bring you guys along to that. I guess if I was to give this a label, which I don't really want to because I see you guys as friends, I see my channel becoming more lifestyle orientated rather than travel orientated, if that makes sense. But anyway, I don't want to lose you guys. Like, I love hanging out with you so much. I was so worried for so long that I was gonna have to like, voice break. I was gonna have to like end my channel and that it wasn't gonna work anymore. But yeah, I think I had the realization that I can just keep making YouTube videos. I can just keep bringing you guys along to whatever I do. We don't just have to be, my voice, if it breaks one more fucking time, like, do I need to have a sip of water? But we can be friends anywhere in the world and we can hang out wherever. So anyway, I'm sorry if this video has been all over the place. I don't know what's going on today, but I'm literally in the best mood. Like, all I want to do is just blast music and dance around the apartment. So I feel like I've probably word vomited at you guys so much, but I hope I've answered all of your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment them below, or if you don't feel comfortable posting them in a public space, I literally am always on Instagram. Like, even when I tell you guys that I'm not on Instagram, I'm probably on it. So I'll put my Instagram handle here. You can send me through messages on there. Also, you should probably just follow me on Instagram because I tell you everything on there before I tell you guys on here, and I would love to be friends and hang out there. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed and you've made it this far, I mean, like, you should probably subscribe. Like, don't you want to come back to Australia? Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why?